Okay, hello dear friends, good morning. Such a beautiful, beautiful day. It's gray and rainy and cold and fresh, and I have a couple of hours in my hand, so I came out to have a walk very close to my workplace. This place is a natural preserve. They try to preserve this place from development. On the other side is highway, and one side is this preserve place. Anyway, let's see an outfit of the day. So today's outfit, it's cold, and my dress, a little skirt, has pocket, and it's very, very super duper comfortable. And I was walking in the mud with this pair of old shoes, comfortable, and all mud on my foot. But it does not matter. Look at my hair. Is almost. We are almost there. I just want to give you a report about my hair. So I have a couple of hours time, and I think I need to get some fresh air, especially when the days are gray, as gray as my hair, especially when the days are gray and rainy. We usually get did I mention about something about that sadness of gray weather? So I want to get fresh air and take this opportunity to talk about this SAD, this sadness. So a couple of days ago, I made a video about that I am in a hard time, and I'm quite low in spirit, in a low mood. And then one friend mentioned that this is all actually called SAD, seasonal affective disorder. So our body goes with the weather. Our body has seasons. The nature has seasons. And our body needs sunshine to get that energy booster. We need sunshine. We need fresh air to keep us in a much more positive spirit. And when we do not have it, we get into this very sad, very low mood. It's purely natural. And understanding it and having a name of it, it's really starting to change my life or change my attitude to this problem. Now I know there is a name to it. And now I know the reason of my sadness, of my low spirit. So I can actively looking for solution, looking for ways to get me out of this. For example, as much as possible, if I have 1 hour's time, I will go out to have a walk. And before I would choose to go to a pretty place, the place where it is pretty, there is fresh air, there is flower, there is something. Now I do not need to look for this. I need fresh air, more important than anything. So I go out. I go depending on the time I have in my hand. So this is something like 5 minutes drive from my place. So I drove to this road and park on the roadside and have a short walk. Because I'm making video, so I didn't walk very fast. If I'm not making video, I may walk faster. And I remember last weekend, my family and we went to downtown, and and I have some activity, I have some pre-engagement, I need to leave at a certain time, and but I do not want everybody go back home. So they stay there, and I walked back home. And my family was very surprised, and they say, how can you go there? You can take a bike, you can take this paid bike or something, bicycle. I said, no need, I can walk. And I just walk from downtown to my home, and with my comfortable shoes, this pair of shoes, and walk 大步流星, walk with large steps and quick movement. And I say it's a randonnée dans la ville. It's what do we call it? It's a walk. Oh, suddenly I lost that word. Trail. No, it's a walk in the city, and it's very interesting because I usually drive through the city. I've never really spent my time to walk along along the road, and it makes many new things you can discover, and very interesting. So I made an effort, as much as possible. I try to walk, I try to do things that will benefit me. So if you have the same thing, that in January or in a certain month, you have a certain mood swing, or you have a certain particular kind of mood that you want to change and you want to make it better, maybe take a walk or take some actively take some action to change that particular mindset. Another thing I would like to say, look at it, it's so beautiful outside. And if I drive by, I could never imagine, I could never think about there is water there, right? So by just walking, you discover new things. And the view in front of me, the sight in front of my eyes, looks very much like a very nostalgic oil painting. It's so artistic. So give yourself the chance, the opportunity to go out, to have a walk. And we talk about this seasonal depressed feeling, the disorder of the depressed feeling, the low spirit. But it's not only low spirit. For example, if we get too much sunshine, if it is too hot, too dry, we may get another opposite spirit. That is, you get frustrated, you get noisy, you get yourself disoriented because you are too high, because there is too much energy from outside that goes into your system. It's also not good. At that time, maybe you will go inside the room if you live in a place, or you go to a place, or that particular day, too much sunshine, go under the shade, wear a sun hat, go inside the room. Different kind of weather, different kind of exterior situation will influence our internal system. So make sure you take care of yourself and understand what is the best for you and make the best of the situation. So sometimes, some days, as I am a teacher, some days there are class, I have more challenging classes. And there was one day I have young children for 6 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, and almost non-stop, 10 minutes in between the stop time, and you need to clean, and the children become very noisy. It's not they are noisy, it's just that they want to, each of them want to express themselves. They are proud of themselves. They want to tell story, and everyone wants to tell you. And at this time, one thing is that you need to let the students talk one by one in order. Another thing is that you have to develop your tolerance, your ability to deal with the situation. Usually, when I get into this kind of situation, I will be quite frustrated and become quite disoriented or quite 躁. What do I say in English? I become quite just stressed. But that day, since I know this seasonal disorder, seasonal affective disorder, since I know this, I know exterior situation will enter into my mind. Sorry. That day, I made an effort. I made an effort not letting the outside energy, the energy from the students, get too much into my mind. So I was cool enough. I listened to them, stop and answer one by one, or some do not answer. There's no way you answer every one of them. Yeah. And I made sure that I'm cool enough and not frustrated, not become uncontrollable. It was a very, very pleasant experience for me. It's really a growing moment. My mindset is growing. Not my mindset cannot grow. My ability to control different kind of situation is growing. I'm very proud of myself at that moment. So all what I say is that try to understand ourselves and do not, overwhelm. Do not become overwhelmed by the situation. Once you know something, you have a name of that problem. It is so empowering, and you can become much more aware of your action. You can become much more aware of your mindset and adjust your mind, your action to deal with the situation. And that is my learning moment. So let's come back to today. California was raining, have had a lot of rain these couple of weeks, which is very good. And there is no sunshine. It kind of depressing, this weather. But take this opportunity. Actually, when we have this kind of weather, we are much less positive because the weather is kind of negative. But we can use this time to think deeply, to think nostalgically, to think melancholically, and to think poetically. Sunshine does not bring poetry. Poetry comes from sadness, from tragedy. And this is the best opportunity. This is a heaven-given opportunity for us to bring out the very deep melancholic feeling, the sadness feeling, and the very deep hidden feeling from our heart and bring it out and call out that feeling. Use that opportunity. Every day of our life has a meaning, and every day heaven has an attention to make our life to be more meaningful, to be more sane, to be more worthy of our life. So that is my thought of the day, and I hope you can find a street you can find to start with a comfortable pair of shoes, and get out of your home from time to time. Get out from inside. Go to breathe fresh air. The fresh air that smells wild deal, the fresh air that sometimes smells skunk, the fresh air that sometimes smells the mud, and it's all nature, and it's all beautiful. Thank you very, very much. And it's time to say bye-bye. I love you, I really do. And we all deserve the most beautiful life and happiness. Bye-bye, friends.